I see a lot of artists. NCK Beat, what up? I see a lot of artists that are complaining about discovery. They complaining about making great art, and this great art not being heard by nobody. And I believe it is because a lot of people don't understand what changed between back in the days and today. Where back in the days, once you were playing on the radio, on everybody's favorite show, you were discovered by everybody because there was one central place where everybody was getting their new stuff. So let's say you had, let's say you were in Cape Verde and there was this show on CV radio, and there was this show at 3 p.m., between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m., where everybody is listening to this show. Everybody, every car, every bar, every taxi, every house, everybody's listening to that station. So once this show decided to play your song every day, you were discovered by every island that were in reach of this show. And then after that, every Cape Virgin, when they would get out of the island and go to Lisbon or to the USA, they will carry these songs and it would make you popular everywhere. Same thing everywhere. So in France, you had to play in the Zouk market, you had to play on Espace FM and Media Tropical. Hip hop, you had to play on Skyrock. In the US, if you played on Hot 97 in New York, it would make you a hip hop brand very fast. It was really like whatever was your art, and listen, it could be great music or bad music, but as long as you played in high rotation in a big radio, in a central place where everybody listened to the music, then you would have fans. Because, you know, if people listen to you every day at a point, I'm a baby girl, you know, they start humming the song and you have a hit. So who would make you a star would not really be the public. It would be the DJs and the radio stations. And then, you know, when you have a music video, it was the MTV, Trace TV, Channel O. Having a track that plays like every hour on Trace TV, for example, like On Dit Quoi back in 2003, changed the course of my music and made me a global brand. And I believe that the issue of most people nowadays is that they continue to believe that we are in this world, where we are not in this world anymore. There are still people listening to the radio. There are still people watching TV. But most people, especially the last 2-3 generations, like I would start with my brother, who's 36, I think. His generation, they don't know what it is to sit down and wait for something to play on the radio. They tend to go to YouTube and play what they want to see. If they want to see a music video, they just type the name of the song and it's available to play on YouTube. Why would they sit down on Trace TV or wait for whatever radio and listen to 3, 4, 5 songs that they are not interested in, if they can directly listen to what they want on YouTube or Spotify or whatever? I think the issue that a lot of artists are having today is that they still believe that we are in that world where you play music to a good DJ who has a show on the radio and it makes your song blow up. To an extent, it might still be true in some places, especially in Africa, where in some markets in Africa where the internet is not developed yet. But everywhere the internet is developed and everybody has not free but cheap unlimited access to the internet, it's not the same conversation, because people are in a kind of decentralized world and everybody is receiving. So listen, if I go to my Spotify, right? So this is my Spotify right now. My Spotify is playing my Club Shada playlist. But if I go to my home, you see, it is giving me a special home that is for me, with the music they believe I'm interested in, right? The podcast that I'm interested in. They recommend me stuff for today, and people that are a bunch of artists that I already know, artists that I started listening to, mixes just for me. So an Afrobeat mix with just Afrobeat, and this is just for me, made for Kaysha, meaning that if you go to your Spotify, you will have a completely different homepage, right? So every day you have a new mix made for me. So this is a mix for me, full of compa and kizomba, and if you look at this mix, more stuff, a lot of Angolan stuff, based on what I listen to. Brazilian music here, and most people, that's how they discover music today. Or they listen to playlists like my Kizomba playlist, where I have 200 songs that I change every week. And most people, that's how they discover music. So they don't discover music anymore in a centralized place, because now they have algorithms that are giving them options, and they click and play and they listen to what they want to listen to. And this changes the game for a lot of artists, because in reality, you would have more opportunity to have brand awareness if you have a song that is trending on TikTok or on shorts or reels, rather than playing on the radio. So now it is actually the public and the algorithms that are making or breaking artists. And if you don't understand this as a creator of whatever you do, paintings, NFTs, poetry, whatever you do, whatever your art is, if you don't understand how to get discovered in the world of today, then you might do the best music in the world and nobody knows, because there's millions like you who are uploading music, paintings, art, and everybody believe they are good. Everybody believe that they deserve to be heard. And there's only 24 hours in one day. So back in the days, you had gatekeepers that would decide, okay, we pick those 20 people and these ones are going to play. And they had a job. They were the editors in the radio station, the A&Rs in the record companies. You had people who would choose who was the lucky few that they believed in. And then the machine will do the rest. Now, it's you sending directly into the internet. Algorithms are showing to people, and people decide what they click on. An algorithm might sometimes say, yo, you really have to listen to this, because everybody that we know, listen, the algorithms, they know what everybody listens to. So if an algorithm know the 100 songs you prefer, and they also know 1,000 people who love exactly the same 100 songs, and now these 100 people or 1,000 people, they all like this new song, they will say, okay, these are the same profiles, you have to listen to this. And when you wake up, boom, they're sending you something, and you're like, oh yeah, I love it. And that's how it works. And I believe that a lot of artists are in despair right now, because they are not trying to understand that part, and they are focused on, oh man, it's an art thing. Listen, it can be an art thing, but you have to understand where you want to go. You want to go to the multitude, or you want to build your niche. It works as well. But if you build your niche, don't complain that you are not there in the multitude. And it's fine. Listen, as long as you're happy doing your art and you make your money, you should be cool and not care about what's happening outside. All right. Queen Me Exotic is saying, its uniqueness and sound plus lyrics, these artists as watering down the sound, everything sounded alike. For example, you mentioned on the Qua, I loved it because it sound unique. You hit play and your ears perks up and focuses in on that sound. Then you are more inclined to remember the song, even on Spotify and the Afrobeat playlist rarely save an artist unless the sound is unique. What you are saying is true, but I'm still lucky that back in the days, I had the only video that had a certain quality, and I was played on Trace TV and MTV Base and Channel O like crazy. And it was not a lot of other artists, because the problem in what you're saying is that you are focusing on the creativity and the art. And listen, that's what I do. I understand that. The problem here is that once you have created your art, nowadays it's so easy to make music that the market is saturated with tons and tons and tons and tons of people. And yeah, that's true. A lot of Afrobeat songs, these guys sound the same. They all do the same top line. A lot of urban pop in French, these guys sound the same. They all do they all do the same melody. Same thing for the Nigerians. A lot of them some of them are the inventors, and then there are a lot of bandwagons, people following the trends. Like, this is true. And it's the same everywhere. Kizomba, Zouk, house music, it's the same everywhere. The difference is, back in the days, when you were one of the lucky few, you didn't have that much competition. Nowadays, there's way too much people releasing way too much music. And nobody's gonna be an artist and tell other artists, hey, stop making music. The thing is, we are all competing for time. There's only 24 hours, and everybody is trying to get played. And there's 2 billion people that are music listeners on the platform like Spotify or YouTube, etc. And yeah, listen, I don't know if on the Qua, if it came out today, would do the same that it did back in the days, because not only there's way too much choice in terms of music, but also if my song had a little bit of traction, then there would be a ton of copies quick. When back in the days, not everybody was able to make music and mix the way we were able to mix and shoot a video that cost 10,000 euros. Nowadays, the same video on Diqua would cost, I don't know, 1,000 euros. You can do it with 1,000 euros, 2,000 euros. You can do it nowadays. Back in the days, this was shot on film. This was shot on we had a team of 10 people. Like, it costs a lot of money. Nowadays, you can do the same thing with technology. It's kind of easy to do it. And I'm not downplaying the work we did. I'm just saying that the world is different. And in a world that is different, even if you have a unique sound, you still have to be discovered. And yes, when people discover you and they're like, oh my God, this sound is unique, and they're happy. The problem is the discoverability here. And a lot of people have this problem. They're having a hard time being discovered, and they believe, yo, I don't understand. My sound is unique. Oh, I don't understand. My voice is amazing. And I'm like, yeah, but it's not enough anymore. It's not enough anymore, because you have to understand that you're going to feed the music to algorithms. The algorithms are looking for patterns. They are looking for people who already like what you do. So let's say you do a song, 88 BPM, the kicks are here, the snares are here. The algorithms are analyzing this, and they will check every song that they have that sound like this, with the same tempo, the same style, and then they will find the people who already like this style. And then they will give to them, they will feed them that music on Friday. And if you don't understand how it works, then you're going to be stuck like a lot of artists, complaining that, oh, I deserve more. I deserve to be heard because I'm amazing. And the algorithms have no emotion. They don't care. And the public have too much choice. Listen, when there's too much choice, the public tend to show you their true colors. You have no idea the amount of people telling me all the time, oh, why don't you do music anymore? When I do a track every Friday. And it used to be frustrating 10 years ago, and now it's not anymore, because I still have 1.5 million people listening to me every month. But I had to understand that the people who ask me, where am I, are the people who are looking for me on Trace TV, where I'm not. The people that are on Spotify, they know where I am. The people that are here on YouTube, they know where I am. But a lot of people, they go on YouTube, they like me, but when they turn on their YouTube, they don't see me, because the algorithms is not giving them what they want to see. You see what I mean? So that's where people have to understand this discovery problem if they want to survive this game. Queen Exotic is saying, Queen Me Exotic is saying, getting discovered is easier if you set yourself apart. All your songs, when you press play, hit you because you're curious where the song goes. Now I already know where the beat and cadence is going to go. Yes, but again, like I'm telling you, I had the chance to build my brand before that. A lot of people who start today, they didn't build a brand. And if they are unique in their sound, it's not going to matter if nobody discovers it. So it's like a chicken and egg problem. And listen, I'm not telling people, because that's not what I do. I'm not telling people follow what works so that the algorithms will help you. No, I'm telling you, you have to dance with the algorithms. You have to build your unique sound, but you have to understand that it might not take one song to make it. It might take 100 songs. And you have to build your public around your sound, just like I did. I've been doing this. I've been doing building my brand, my sound, my personality, my brand online outside of music, everything. I've been doing this for 30 years. A lot of people believe that in 6 months I'll be there. No, you have to be ready to build. You unique. Okay, cool. Build that unique sound. When you have 10 listeners, nurture these 10 listeners. Give them more to these 10 listeners. Then the platform will find another 20 that sound like these 10, that love the same sound as these 10. Then you have 30, then you have 60, then you have 100, then you have 500, then you have 1,000, then you have 5,000, and one day, well, like me, you have 1,000,005. And listen, today, oops, I did a mistake. Today, right? Today I have 1,000,005, right? But my goal is not 1,000,005. My new goal is 3,000,000. And after 3, it will be 5. And after 10, and after 5, it will be 10. And after 10, it will be 20. But I've been building that. And yeah, something going on has helped a lot. But I have a whole catalog of, if you see everything that I have released, this is just 2024. Look, all this page is released from 2024. The top here. Singles, one big album, and then all this is 2023. All these singles, collaborations, 2022, etc., etc. You have to build, and build. And this is what a lot of people, they don't do. They just rest on the laurels of, I'm an amazing singer, or my sound is unique, or I deserve because XYZ. Because, and listen, nobody cares. That's